Hello, and welcome back to Surfing Adversity with Antaeus. I am your host, Antaeus Delsinos, and for Episode 2 of Surfing Adversity, I am going to talk to you about how to enjoy life more by being above thought, or living above thought. The secret to surfing adversity is being above thought. That is, maintaining a state of mind which exists anchored in the understanding that our thoughts are not always true or correct. In fact, our thoughts are often very diluted perceptions of our own concept of reality. The conditioning of our experiences and our influences in life have shaped our own view of how life works and what life is. This is our own unique concept of reality, or our conceptual reality. Our conceptual reality has a huge impact on our mindset and our judgment of right and wrong, acceptable and unacceptable, or fair and unfair. But if we can set aside or rise above the mental commentary and the thoughts judging a situation or occurrence to be good or bad, we can then move forward instead of getting bogged down in our own thoughts of despair because our mind has judged something to be unacceptable, even when we have no power to change it. Nothing is unacceptable in life. It simply is. It is our path. Taking a different path may change the details, but it will not change our ultimate destiny, which is our growth and evolution toward enlightenment. Being or living above thought means the details are naturally regarded as less consequential. We no longer have the tendency to make mountains out of molehills. In fact, we don't even make mountains out of mountains. We can live the experience without getting caught up in our ego mind's judgment and interpretation. We adopt a more stoic response to all of the situations, circumstances, and details that life brings our way. The solutions or answers in life will not come until our own mind is prepared to see them. For example, I often see people condemning the faults of the other person in a failed relationship, only to jump back into a similar situation time after time. They are caught up in their own ego mind's subjective interpretation and judgment, rather than rising above these thoughts and seeing the experience objectively. They are falling into the same hole over and over, because in their mind there should be no hole, or the hole is not their fault. Their mindset is, I'm not going to change my path, someone needs to fill in that hole for me. Like I wrote in Finding Peace in Life and Death, this is like paying for a lesson and then refusing to learn anything from it. Changing our own mindset so that we do not fall into the same hole is growth. It is our evolution toward enlightenment. So if we learn and progress, then that failed relationship, or whatever the challenges we face, have a purpose. People often approach their present life with the thoughts and mindset that they have been, and continue to be, propelled by their past, instead of recognizing the pull of the wisdom of life drawing us into our future, or our destiny. The past is simply a trail of stepping stones we experienced, which we each allowed to guide us to our present life. We can continue to allow our present and future life to be at the mercy of our past experiences, which is usually the result of focusing our attention on what should or should not have happened, or not recognizing the troubles and challenges we have faced in the past as stepping stones to our future. Like I said earlier, this is like paying for a lesson and then refusing to learn anything from it. Instead, we should rise above the thoughts that our past challenges are pushing us to an unwanted future, and trust in the pull from the future that the wisdom of life will continue to draw us forward. Everything we have experienced in the past is something to learn from, not something to regret, feel guilty about, or wish to never have happened. Everyone always reacts or attempts to navigate life from the level of understanding which each of us sees life at the time. We cannot do anything more or less than that. That being said, this does not mean that others will not judge you for your past mistakes. Many people's own sense of identity and value is built around judging others. But their judgment can only hurt you if you accept their judgment as being valid, which would be like believing that they know you, your motives, your path, and your growth better than you know any of these things. They are judging you without knowing your past mindset and all of the circumstances which led you down your path. They are judging you without knowing the lessons you learned from that path and the growth that could only have been instilled from that path. They are judging you to build their own sense of worth, which really has nothing to do with you. If it were not you, they would be judging someone else to try to build up their own value and worthiness. In the suicide notes, I compared our individual life to one ride in an amusement park. Then I compared our eternal existence to the amusement park as a whole, with many, many different rides for us each to experience, one at a time, over the course of our eternal being. Some rides are thrilling with lots of ups and downs. Some rides are slow and relaxing. Some rides are scary, and some rides are just crazy non-stop action. The problem with judging others is that we are not riding the same ride as they are. And the same goes for others judging us. They are not riding the same ride as we are. So the judgments themselves are worthless. The judgments are based on the ego mind's perception, outlook, or interpretation from a different ride altogether. Don't allow the judgments of others to guilt you into judging yourself and redirecting your mindset away from living and enjoying the life you are building now. We must rise above the ego mind's thoughts and judgments. Practice being above thought, which means flowing with your experiences in life, rather than objecting or blaming others, denying an occurrence as unfair, or fighting against circumstances over which you have no control. This is your wonderful life, and the wisdom of life has provided everything you have needed to experience for you to grow, evolve, and move forward so that you can enjoy your wonderful life. Well, that's all for today. Please feel free to contact me through my website, peacefulhappy.life, if you are struggling, or even if you are not. None of us need to go through this alone. Until we meet again, have faith and enjoy the whole journey while surfing the adversity. Bye for now.